Arne Slot is on his way to Liverpool to replace, guess who? Jurgen Klopp. According to the big transfer gurus, Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, Chris Bascom, Neil Jones, they are all reporting that Arne Slot is in discussion, is indeed in discussion with Liverpool to replace Jurgen Klopp. I think we all know for a while now that Jurgen Klopp is going to be leaving Liverpool at the end of this season. And it's not something that Liverpool fans took really lightly. Even though we try to ignore the fact that we know we are losing a big passing in our football club, Liverpool. Maybe most of you guys don't know that I am a Liverpool fan. Of course, you see me, you hear. Maybe you guys have this book behind me, the Jurgen Klopp book. So maybe that can give you an indication. Maybe he's a Liverpool fan or what. But yeah, today I'll be talking about Liverpool. Of course, guys, this is the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, mostly for Gambian football. But we do touch a little bit of football outside the Gambian, Gambian sphere. But this one about Arne Slot, the reason why I decided to record this video has some Gambian in it. Because you can see the thumbnail in the title. If Arne Slot becomes the Liverpool manager, could he bring Yankuba Minteh to Liverpool? That is a dream for me. That will be a dream come true for me. To see a Gambian footballer playing for Liverpool. That will be big. That will be massive. And in this video, I would like to talk about Arne Slot because this season I have, because I've been following their progression because of Yankuba Minteh, of course. So I have been following his progression, what they have been doing as a club, So I can talk a little bit about who is Arne Slot, first and foremost. And then secondly, why Liverpool are interested in him, because I can relate the two. I know what Liverpool are looking for. And most Liverpool fans do know, or when it comes to when they are looking for replacement, when they are looking for signings, and the people who are running the club, that is the sporting director's role, Michael Edwards, and then going down that the system at Liverpool, only the Liverpool fans can tell you. Of course, now it's not a secret, but when it comes to the inside, how Liverpool are thinking. I think the best people to tell you is those who support the club, Liverpool Football Club. I happen to be one of those who support Liverpool Football Club, so I have my idea, or I have my thoughts on why Liverpool are considering Arne Slot, and in this video I will try to answer that, and also I will talk about how good Feyenoord are this season, and how good they have been over the period that Arne Slot was their manager, and then finally I will answer the question: could Arne Slot bring Yankuba Minteh along to Liverpool? Of course, we know, with all due respect to Newcastle, he's a Newcastle player. But because of the qualities that he have as a footballer, and then the reason why I believe Liverpool are looking at Arne Slot has a lot to do with Yankuba Minteh. At least this season. So this is why I think it begs that question. And for me, like I say, it is just a dream. It is just a personal dream. I just wish that is the case, that Arne Slot, if Arne Slot is the Liverpool manager and they say Yankuba Minteh is going to follow suit, I'm not even going to care too much about how much he's going to be how successful he has been or stuff like that. Because to be honest, talking about replacing Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, I've not seen anybody who can replace him. Alonso was the closest one. I believe, if he come, he can do a good job. But nobody can be Jurgen Klopp. That is the fact for us. We have to accept that and then move on with it. That's why this season we are just enjoying the final season of his. It has not gone very well in the past few weeks or so, but we are just enjoying having him around, and then enjoying the last bit we will spend with him, because he leave like tons of memories with us, the Liverpool fans. We Liverpool fans. I cannot see any Liverpool fan who does not fall in love with Jurgen Klopp as a manager. That is the impact that he has left at Liverpool. Just like he say, it does not matter how they think about you when you come inside the door. What matters is how they think about you when you leave. And I'm sure every Liverpool fan is very grateful of Jurgen Klopp, and we have a very, very strong connection with him that I don't think any manager can replicate. Not even Steven Gerrard, if he comes and become a top manager. I feel just that is just my opinion. Especially this generation of Liverpool fans, it will be very difficult to have another connection with another manager as strong as the one we had with Jurgen Klopp. So replacing him will not be easy. So I've not seen any manager. The only way I can replace Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool next season is by convincing him to stay at Liverpool. That is the only way. Not even Pep Guardiola, not even Sir Alex Ferguson coming back. No manager in this world playing football can come to Liverpool and then build that connection with Liverpool fans as much as Jurgen Klopp. At least for me, myself, I cannot see that happening for me. So for the time being, it's just slim picking. We are like, who's gonna be the next Liverpool manager? Like I cannot be too excited about the next Liverpool manager because of the one who is leaving. That is the impact he has left. But in the case of Arne Slot, which is why I am here in this video, I am excited because he's the one managing the boy who has the Gambian football on his hands. Like the future of Gambian football is on Yankuba Minteh because of if he hits the levels that we believe he can hit, he's the future of Gambian football. He is the future of Gambian football. That's why we keep praying for him, to realize the full size of his potential. So I'm excited for Arne Slot to come to Liverpool because he's the manager of Yankuba Minteh right now. And because what Yankuba Minteh is doing, and why Liverpool want to bring Arne Slot, all those qualities are the qualities that Yankuba Minteh give him week in, week out. So this is why, and then you remember, don't forget, Yankuba Minteh is just a 19-year-old. So I'm rambling on. Maybe let me save those bits until further in the video to talk about those things. So I will start with Arne Slot. Who is Arne Slot? Of course, he's a Dutch guy. He's 45-year-old. His management career took him to AZ Alkmaar and then, Feyenoord. At AZ, he was the, assistant manager from 2007 to 2019. Then 2019, he took over the team as the head coach. He took over the team as the manager of the team. And in that season, they did exceptionally well. That was the COVID year, 1920. That was the year that Liverpool won the title. Like they say, that was the year Liverpool won the COVID title. Like some people like to say it. AZ were at the top of the Dutch league, like you can see on your screen right now. They were level on points with Ajax going into the final 9 games of the season, but the Dutch league was cancelled due to the COVID period. Like you can remember well, England too were considering cancelling the season just to deprive Liverpool from getting their 4th league title in 30 years and stuff like that. In Holland, the season was actually halted, and then there was null and voided. And at the time it was null and voided, AZ Alkmaar, who was managed by Arne Slot, were level on points with Ajax at the top of the league. So who knows? He could have won maybe AZ Alkmaar's 4th title in a very long time, because I think they won it the last time was in 2008, 2009. They only won the Dutch league twice, so that could have been the 3rd time. He could have done that with them in his 4th season as a manager of AZ Alkmaar. So that season he did that, and then the subsequent season, the following season at AZ, he played the first 10 games of the season, and then Feyenoord were pushing to get him as their manager. Then he kind of have a fallout with, I think, the AZ management team or his bosses and stuff like that, and they sacked him after 10 league games of the season. Imagine, he played 10 league games. He was unbeaten in the first 10 games of the season, but they still sack him. So you can understand that it was not because of football that he was sacked. It was because Feyenoord were pushing to get him in as their next manager, and then as it were not happy about that. Maybe he also did not comport himself well during that period, so he ended up getting the sack around December. So when he was sacked, he did not become a manager until the following season. That was the end of 2020-2021 season. So in 2021-2022 season, Feyenoord signed him as their new manager. The first season, he did really well. He finished third with them in the Dutch league, and then took them all the way to the European Conference League final. And they lost the final against Roma, if you all remember very well. Ibrahima Dabo, with Roma, he was in that team, he was in that squad, becoming the first Gambian ever to win the European competition when he won with Mourinho. I'm sure you guys remember that. So Arne Slot was the opposition manager in the final with Feyenoord. So Roma won that game 1-0. So yeah, that was his first season with Feyenoord. The second season was last season when they won the league. They won the league, and they won the league impressively, and then qualified for the Champions League. And this season, they played in the Champions League with Yankuba Minteh, bringing Yankuba Minteh on loan. And all that, and then they are currently second in the Dutch league. They already won the cup this past weekend when Yankuba Minteh received that red card. So he won the cup. So 2 seasons with Feyenoord, he has won the league and the cup with them. And yeah, that is so far his honors as a football manager are those 2 trophies. He won the Eredivisie in 2022-2023, and then this season he won the Dutch Cup. Yeah, that is Arne Slot for you guys. That is that is him. But why Liverpool are interested in him? Why Liverpool are interested in Arne Slot? I think one of the key things is the way he plays. I think his footballing style, his footballing philosophy is very, very similar to Jurgen Klopp. That is one of the main reasons why I think Liverpool are considering him, because if you remember well, the 2 candidates that Liverpool have been mentioned for Liverpool has been Xabi Alonso, but he decided he is not leaving, and Amorim. Ruben Amorim at Sporting Lisbon. So these are the 2 managers that were being thought of to replace Jurgen Klopp. This Xabi was there, but I think the 2 strong ones were Alonso and Amorim. Those were the strong candidates that could have been been Klopp's replacement. But Alonso don't want to join because he want to stay with Leverkusen. And even Alonso, when they were talking about him as Liverpool manager, the red flag that they were mentioning about Alonso was his playing style, because he plays 3 at the back, 3-4-3, 3-5-2. So which does not really tally with Liverpool's team. If you know what I mean. Liverpool, like, since Klopp has been there for the last 8 years, they have been playing 4-3-3. There were even times where I wanted the Klopp to play 3 defensive. Klopp has used the 3 defensive formation once or twice, but like he has never used it in an extended period. It has never been his solution at Liverpool. So it has always been 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, and this is exactly the same system that Arne Slot is playing with his club Feyenoord, and this is the same system he played with his previous club AZ Alkmaar. So this is one of the main reasons I believe why Liverpool are considering him as a replacement of Jurgen Klopp, because Jurgen Klopp has built a squad. His team has been built for the last 9 years, and everything was surrounded around how Jurgen Klopp liked to play. The players they signed were designed for the system that Jurgen Klopp was going to play. So if another manager is going to come with a different system and different playing style, then he has to do some adjustment to change his club, to change the mentality of his teams and stuff like that. Which it takes a little bit of time, and maybe the Liverpool board or the Liverpool hierarchy, those ones that are making the decisions up there, they don't want that transition to take that long for a manager to come in to try to bring his own system and stuff like that. Rather, you find somebody who plays similar system to what is there, and then you take it from there. And that is what Arne Slot offers for Liverpool. Personally, he would never have been somebody I would mention as the next Liverpool manager. Like I say, the only person I would think about replacing Jurgen Klopp is Jurgen Klopp himself. I cannot think about any other manager replacing Jurgen Klopp. So that's why it was very difficult for me to talk about that. But that is one thing, right? He plays 4-3-3, similar to Jurgen Klopp. His team plays very high up the pitch. They press very well. If you look at their numbers in the Dutch league, they have the lowest PPDA PPDA, what it means is passes per defensive action. How many passes do you allow your opponent to make before you engage into trying to win the ball back? That is PPDA, passes per defensive action. They have the lowest one, and this is similar to Liverpool because this is a measure of pressing, how the team presses the opponent team. So how many times do you let them have the ball, pass before you can engage yourself to try to win the ball? And if you look at the Dutch league, they are the lowest. They allow the lowest number of passes per defensive action. And then you look at the attempt of tackles that they have done in the final third and the middle third of the pitch. They are at the top of the league. They have committed more tackles than any. They have attempted more tackles than any club by far in the Dutch league when it comes to in the final third of the pitch and in the midfield third of the pitch. So that tells you they are very aggressive when it comes to winning the ball high up the pitch and then creating chances in that fashion. So that is another thing. And then you look at the chances that they create. They created the most defensive action chances. Like from defensive action, they transition into an attack. Jurgen Klopp used to say one quote, and I love the quote, to be honest. I love the quote. Because I love what he does as a manager. I love a lot of what he does. So what he says is, counter pressing is the best number 10 in the world. you know that quote. Counter pressing is the best number 10 in the world. So to break that down for you, what it means is counter pressing is winning the ball and then changing it into attack. Like you win the ball in the opposition third and then you transition into attack. Opening. It's kind of a counter attacking, but you press, win the ball, and then you create a chance from that opportunity, like a counter press. Okay, so what he means by that, because if you are pressing a team, if you are countering a team, if you are pressing a team, because a team in possession, they like to open up the pitch to make the pitch big so that they can pass the ball around easy. And a team outside possession, they try to squeeze the pitch. So that is it. So if a team is not in possession, it's difficult to break them down. But if a team is in possession, the pitch is open, the fullbacks are flying up the pitch, the two defenders are wide open. Maybe the goalkeeper is already out. You have that three style, and then the midfielders a couple of them have pushed up, the strikers have pushed up just to pin the defensive team and all those kind of things. So if you win the ball in that moment, what happens is everything is open. So if you create a chance, it's an open chance. It's a great chance. So you can see Liverpool always they create chances from counter pressing, press the team, win the ball, and then they create chances. This has been a regular team when it comes to Liverpool. So this is similar with Arne Slot at Feyenoord. If you look at the way they play, Arne Slot also his team like to do that. Just recently against Ajax, two of their first two goals they scored against Ajax was winning the ball in the defensive third and then creating a chance. And Yankuba Minteh was very much involved in that. I will come to that. So in the Dutch league, they have created the most number of chances from defensive action. 17 chances they have created from defensive action, just winning the ball and then creating a chance. And they have also scored the most number of goals from defensive action. That is 4. They have scored 4 goals from defensive action. So this is another thing. Because of the playing style, the way he played, the way Klopp played, they are quite very, very, very similar. So that is just what I'm trying to point out. And then the other thing that is very important is his ability to work with low budget. Understand? The ability to work with low budget. In Ajax, in Netherlands, we know the 3 big teams are Ajax, Feyenoord, and PSV Eindhoven. So if you compare these 3 clubs in terms of the budget that they usually have at the start of the season, the amount of money they spend, Arne Slot or Feyenoord, they spend the lowest. So in a way, they are punching above their weight because they are spending the lowest, but they are still competing with Ajax. They are still competing with Feyenoord. This season they were gonna finish second in the league. Last season they win the league. This season they win the cup, and this is all while spending lower than Ajax and PSV. So that is an important aspect when it comes to the next Liverpool manager, because at Liverpool, it's not like Liverpool are a poor club. But compared to who they are competing with, the Manchester Cities, the Chelseas, the Manchester Uniteds, so those 3 clubs, okay, of course, Arsenal are doing similar things as Liverpool, but these 3 clubs, you compare them to Liverpool in terms of spending power, they spend more than Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp was having to deal with this. So Jurgen Klopp was doing similar thing. he was punching above his weight in a way. So I know some people will misunderstand, misinterpret. They will say, "Oh, okay, why Liverpool spend 70 million, 75 million on Van Dijk, or they have spent 65 million on Alisson. They have spent, I don't know, 100 million on Darwin Núñez." But then you compare that, you look at the net spend of these clubs, how many they are buying and how many they are selling. You cannot compare Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal. Oh no, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Manchester United, because Liverpool, they will way lower because they don't have that spending power. Liverpool cannot get their transfers wrong. Unlike Manchester City, for example, Manchester City can buy a fullback for 50 million. It does not work. They sell the fullback, or they just put him on the bench and buy another fullback for 50 million. Liverpool cannot do that. Liverpool cannot afford to do that. So Liverpool had to make sure that their transfers are always spot on. They are always right. So that's why whoever is coming to Liverpool, he has to have that ability to work with low budget like Jurgen Klopp was doing. And Arne Slot has done that. He has never, since he went to PSV, they have never signed a player for more than 8 million. The maximum amount they spend in a season at PSV is 35 million euros. That is what they spend maximum. You look at Ajax, they have spent 100 and something million in the last 2 seasons. 100 million. You look at PSV, just this past season, they have spent more than 50 million. They have 7 players, 15 million players. This is the standard of the Dutch league, right? Ajax, they are the biggest spenders. Then you have PSV. Then you have Feyenoord. But Feyenoord are still competing against those two clubs. So Arne Slot has that ability to compete whilst not having the budget to buy expensive players. So this is another quality that Liverpool are looking at, and I think that's why they are considering him. The other thing is ability to work with or develop young players or develop players themselves. If you look at Wijfer, they are midfielder, defensive midfielder. He was bought from the second division of the Dutch league. He has brought him into the league. He's now one of the best midfielders in the league. He has already represented Netherlands. He has promoted him to that. You look at their academy, Hartman, their left back. They sold Tyrek Malacia to Manchester United, who was their main left back, and then they brought in somebody from their academy, Hartman, and he's now one of the best left backs in the Dutch league. He has already made his debut for the Netherlands. So Arne Slot has this ability to improve players, improve the performance of players, make them better. Like take players, substandard players, and then make them better. This is something that Liverpool have been doing regularly. Jurgen Klopp has been doing regularly. There are many examples. Even Salah, you can take him as an example. Sadio Mane, you can take him as an example. I'm not saying these were not elite players, but what took them from this to that was Jurgen Klopp. Of course, they have to contribute themselves, but it was Jurgen Klopp who took them from this to this. Firmino, Klopp took him from this to that. Andy Robertson, Klopp took him from Hull City, the championship, and then bring him and make him one of the best left backs in the Premier League. So that's what I'm talking about. You look at the amount of players at Liverpool. It's very rare. You look at a player and then you say, okay, he did not improve over time or on a club. So Arne Slot has this ability to improve players, performance of players. And then the final thing is, of course, he plays exciting football. His football is very fun to watch and stuff like that, So that is it. So if you look at Feyenoord, they are kind of similar to Liverpool in a way, that kind of club in Liverpool, they competing above their weight and stuff like that. So yeah, these are the reasons why I think Arne Slot is considered by Liverpool. And then how good have Feyenoord been? I think I have highlighted some of the points here. In 2021, that was his first season. Arne Slot, he took them to the Europa Cup final, and then they lost to Roma. Last season they won the Dutch League. This season they won the Dutch Cup, and they're gonna finish second in the Eredivisie, behind PSV Eindhoven, because probably PSV have been doing exceptionally well. And even this season, they have been Feyenoord have been really, really good, I would say. Because if they win the remaining 4 games of their season, they will have more points than they accumulated last season when they win the league. So they can get up to 84 points. Last season they win the league with 82 points. Of course, the Dutch league they played 34 games instead of 38 in England. So Arne Slot has significantly improved this team, and they are very balanced, and that's another quality that I like about him. Their team is very balanced. If you look at their expected goal difference, the performance, because this is a way to judge the performance of a team regardless of results. Just look at the expected goal difference. Again, this is the Dutch league. It's not the Premier League. It's not the Italian league. It's not the the Spanish league. And Arne Slot is coming from that, so you have to take that with a pinch of salt. As we Liverpool fans, we have to take that with a pinch of salt. I'm not saying that Arne Slot is the is the manager Liverpool should be signing. I'm excited about this because of Yankuba Minteh, by the way, and I've not yet even talked about Yankuba Minteh, which I will come to very very soon. Like I say, in the Dutch league, the expected goal difference, that is the expected goals and the expected goals they're conceding in the league. If you take the average per 90 minutes, they are having around 1.9 every game, plus 1.9. So on average, they're expected to win every single game that they play. This season, they have only lost 2 league games in the season. Only 2 league games that they lost in the league. PSV have been exceptional, to be honest. That's why they are not gonna Feyenoord are not gonna be champions this season. Yeah. So that's the day. Feyenoord are very very a really good team in the Dutch standard, and Slot. So far with his managing career, I think he's a very good manager. So this takes me to the final question, which is, could he bring Yankuba Minteh to Liverpool? I think that is the most exciting one for many people who are going to watch this video, because, of course, this is Jello Football Bantaba, the home of Gambian football. We talk about Gambian football mostly. And this season, he brought Yankuba Minteh on loan to Feyenoord from Newcastle. I know Liverpool will struggle to buy a player from Newcastle, first and foremost, but I'm just going to keep my dream alive. And, hopefully Liverpool will do it if they bring in Slot. Yeah. And Minteh has been exceptional. A lot of things I will not talk about. I will not talk about his ability on the ball, his dribbling ability, his chances created and stuff like that. I think those ones I've done them enough. He's one of the best in those categories, so no need to mention those things. But the key thing in relation to Liverpool, because I was telling you why Liverpool were interested in him, and then I tell you they are a very good pressing team, right? They are a very, very good pressing team. They are the best pressing team in the Dutch league. Without shadow of a doubt, they are winning more tackle than anybody in the final third of the pitch. They are winning more tackle than anybody in the middle third of the pitch. They are creating most chances from defensive actions in the Dutch league. They are scoring most goals from defensive actions in the Dutch goals. So they have the best PPDA, which I also tell you, passes per defensive action that they allow to the opponent to have. So in terms of pressing, they are the best team in the Dutch league. And then, Yankuba Minteh. Of course, before I go to Yankuba Minteh, I will talk about Salah. We know Salah, this end of this season. I cannot see Salah staying at Liverpool beyond this season. End of next season, his contract is going to end at Liverpool, first of all. So if Salah's contract ends, there will be, if Salah leaves Liverpool, which for me, I was thinking last season he should have left. That was just my personal opinion. But then after what he did in the earlier stage of the season, I kind of regretted thinking he should have left last season, because he was very, very good at the first half of the season. But right now he is quite, struggling with form and all whatnot. So my take is that Salah leaves Liverpool at the end of the season, because 1 year left on his contract, and then Saudi are calling. There is a big money for Liverpool to start their next phase of development, or their next project. And I don't think Salah is part of that project, because first of all, he is on huge wages. Liverpool, like I say, they have to manage how much they pay players. They have to manage how much they spend on players. So, and then Michael Edwards is back. Don't forget that. Michael Edwards does not like to give big contract to old players. That's why I'm even worried about Van Dijk, if he will stay on it. But I'm not here to talk about Virgil van Dijk. So Michael Edwards is there now. So I cannot see Salah getting a new contract at Liverpool. His current deal is around 350k a week. So if you want to give him a new contract, Salah, he still feel he deserves more. And then if he goes to Saudi, he can double that or even triple that amount. So why should he stay at Liverpool? So then if Salah leaves, who replaces Salah? You need to replace Salah. He's one of the greatest players in the Premier League, without shadow of a doubt. One of the greatest Liverpool servants. I think he's a legend of Liverpool. Now I'm going to put him right up there with Steven Gerrard as they are the best Liverpool players in the Premier League era. That is where I put Salah, because that is how impactful he has been at Liverpool. He's now scored more goals than any player at Liverpool. He's in the Premier League. So yeah, he's just exceptional. So replacing a player like that, it's not an easy task. So for me, I have been saying it, I keep like Liverpool fans, for example, those that do analysis of Liverpool and stuff like that, they have been talking about who to replace Salah with when he leaves, because we have been it has been anticipated for a while that he will leave at the end of the season or even at the end of last season. So there is a lot of content on who should replace Salah. They have never mentioned this kid, Yankuba Minteh. But now, if Slot becomes the Liverpool manager, I'm sure he will have an eye on Yankuba Minteh, because he will lose Salah and then he will need to replace that position. And Yankuba Minteh plays basically the same position as Mohamed Salah. Of course, he has a lot of growth to do. There is a lot to do before he gets to the level of Salah. That I absolutely understand. But the qualities that this boy possesses, and then the age he is at, 19 years of age, and then he's doing what he's doing in Europe, he just needs a little bit of development. He needs somebody who guides him right, and then he will become that player. Let's look at the outstanding stats. That's what I'm talking about Feyenoord. Why Liverpool are considered Arne Slot, because of the way his team play. Then you talk about Yankuba Minteh, his numbers. Yankuba Minteh, in terms of defensive action, he's leading the way in terms of defensive action per shot taken. He's leading the way in terms of defensive actions per goal. So let's take two examples. I'm sure people were watching those two games. PSV Eindhoven, Ajax. These two games. PSV Eindhoven, what happened? Yankuba Minteh pressed their center back, win the ball from the center back, dribble past the goalkeeper, and then score a goal. That is what defensive action turned into a goal. Right? Ajax, against Ajax, the first two goals they score. First goal was what? He pressed the midfielder, that was the defensive midfielder, won the ball, and then from there created a chance for Park Hsiao to open the scoring, which was 1-0. The second goal, he pressed, somebody else won the ball, they create the chance, he make the run, and then Yankuba Minteh scored the goal. So those are two examples of two game of example, which were the biggest games in the Dutch league, Ajax and PSV Eindhoven, and he has proven that. And like I say, he attempted the most defensive action. He attempted the most defensive action that lead to a shot, and he has the most defensive actions that lead to a goal for PSV for Feyenoord this season. Yankuba Minteh, on average, he has averaged most tackles per 90 minutes in the final third of the pitch. He has also attempted the most number of tackles for PSV this season for anybody who has played more than 10 minutes for more than 10 games. What else? Those are his defensive numbers. He presses very, very, very well. He wins the ball very well. Like his win percentage is about 62%. When he attempts a tackle, 62% of the time he wins the tackle, and he attempts most tackles in the final third of the pitch than any player in that Feyenoord team. Feyenoord is the best team when it comes to winning the ball high up the pitch. Right? So it is just plain that with all these qualities, and then let's forget about the other qualities, which is the dribbling aspect, the chance creation. I know there are room for improvement. His passing, he has to improve it. Like keeping possession for his teammates. That is something where he significantly needs to improve, because every game his pass accuracy is quite low, and then he does not attempt a lot of passes, which is understandable. But the other things, the dribbles and all those things, now scoring goals, he already have 10 goals to his name this season with Feyenoord in all competition. And then, like, everything you need for a defensive attacking player in a pressing team, it is in Yankuba Minteh. And all these stats or matrices, he is doing it better than any player in the Feyenoord team, who happens to be the best pressing team in the Dutch league. And this is his second professional season as a footballer, Yankuba Minteh. His first professional season was with Odense, where he played almost half a season and then he joined. So he's still young in the game, so he can still learn. He is just 19 years of age. You see, he has been nominated for the European Golden Boy Award, and that's not a mean feat for him. So that is it, guys. Let me know your thoughts. It has been quite a long video trying to talk about Arne Slot, Liverpool and Yankuba Minteh, because there are two things that connects here for me is Liverpool and Yankuba Minteh as a Gambian. So that's why, I decided to do this. But let me know your thoughts. If you like the video, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to do that. I'm quite excited. I've never been excited for a manager to go to Liverpool since Jurgen Klopp announced he is leaving. But I'm excited for this one. And for one reason, Yankuba Minteh, guys. That was the video I have for you guys. If you enjoy it, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye, guys.